You know, I used to grind corn for a living. The most difficult part was removing them from people's feet. Oh, that is disgusting. All right, is everybody ready for next one? Yeah, everyone, give it up for Sean Hayes.
Hi, my name is Sean Hayes, and I'm a homosexual.
Hi, Sean.
Thank you. Oh my God, that felt so good. I've been homosexing it up for 34 years and 9 months now. So I'm very excited for September when I get my 35-year chip. We'll be all come out for that. Is this not a queer anonymous meeting? Well, who am I kidding? I haven't been anonymously queer since, 34 years and 9 months ago. So I don't know that I would know how to be in the closet anymore. It's very difficult. I did realize I was gay back in 1988, which makes me 150 years old in gay years. So from now on, you can refer to me as Elder Sean, or Elder Hayes, or Hey Girl Hey. Thank you. I will answer to any of those things. So in 1988, I was like, I had a fight with my family, and I'm like, life is horrible. I'm going to go to Laguna Beach, California, and kill myself. Which Laguna Beach was a thriving, super gay community in the 80s in California. I don't know how I knew that. It was kind of like a beat of the hive. I drove down there, sat on my little bench, and I was like, my family's mean. And then this guy drove by, and it was very much like the song from Eurythmics, Love is a Stranger. It's like, there's a line like, love is a stranger in an open car. They pull up and drive you far away, and Paul pulled up, and he's like, hey, kid, because I was 18, I probably lived 15, he was like 26 or 30, I don't know. You know, back then everyone was old, right? So like, do you want to go to my house and watch movies and drink beer, which was the Netflix and chill of 1988. And in gay terms, it just meant, dude, I'm gonna fuck you. So, and I didn't know that, but I was like, yeah, let's go. So I hopped in a stranger's car, went to his house, we did all the stuff that gays do for my first time. And I walked out of his house, and then the universe just like aligned. Like suddenly everything made sense. And all those times I wore my stepmom's high heels was like, oh, that's why I did that. I get it now. So then I spent the next like 2 years, year and a half in like Queer Anonymous, right? It was like going to anonymous meetings where you have secret meetings with your friends and living a double life and driving down the lagoon and going to bars, or maybe out here going to Club India or wherever you meet your gay friends and hang out. You know, maybe the Home Depot for lesbians, or U-Haul if that's a second date. No drum on that. I have to beg. But then like 2 years later, I was working at Disneyland, and I was outed by a very dear friend, Alan, which you probably thinking, oh, Sean, you work at Disneyland, like, isn't Disneyland's gay? Like, right now they got rainbows on fucking everything. The Matterhorn's a rainbow. But this was 1989, 90, so we didn't talk about it. It was very much like a don't ask, don't tell. Like, AIDS was in the middle of thriving and about to peak, so, you know, the gays were afraid of the flashback, or, you know, from straight people don't want to, like, what if they got too close to them, whatever. So it was a whole thing, and the gays were very silent. And then I came along, and Alan outed me, and I just stood there while, like, the news spread like a wildfire through my department. And I was like, well, if you're gonna come out, this is how to do it. Like, everyone should get an out. Like, if you're worried about coming out, just have someone out you. It's so much easier, you don't have to go through the pain yourself. They just tell everybody, and then you're done. And I was like, oh, that took like 6 hours. Awesome. But then I got a lot of good friends, but I also became the gay beacon of my department there at Disneyland. Like, I was the gay. They're like, oh, there's one out now. He's talking about it. Let me ask some questions. Gays were asking me how to be a gay, and I'm like, in the gay world, I've been gay for like 12 minutes. Like, it's only been, like, I don't know that I have all the answers yet. And then I also had like some great allies, which, I don't know for some of us, but for me, I've had some allies that are like super ally. They're like over the top ally. where they're like, well, I'll get everybody. Like, this is my friend Sean, he's gay, and you can't be my friend if you don't like him. I'm like, dude, that's my story, you know. But thank you for being so supportive, you know. But you don't have to tell everybody right now. You can wait. But also very, like, zealous in their protection as well. Because one time a friend came up to me and he's like, Sean, you wouldn't believe what Johnny Gooch just said about you. I'm like, that's the stupidest name, Johnny Gooch? Like, and I tried to find him on Facebook. I don't know why I can't find Johnny Gooch. There's actually a lot of them. But I was just curious. I'm like, where is this guy? But anyway, so Johnny said to my friend, he's like, I wonder if Sean squeals like a pig when he's getting fucked by his boyfriend. And he was so mad, we gotta go beat him up, we gotta go talk to him. And I'm like, dude, relax. One, that's kind of funny. I might have said it, you know? And now that he's mentioned it, I might have a little deliverance fantasy, so I might do that the next time I'm with Paul in Laguna. So I did, but one of my favorite things is when coming out to people the most awkward time, like for them, because I don't know other people's feelings. You have an issue with gay people? That's fine. Wait till I tell you that I'm gay. So, and then let's talk about it. So I was working with Johnny, and everything was going great, and we were chatting, and it was all nice. And then I just casually was like, by the way, Johnny, I don't squeal like a pig when I'm being fucked by my boyfriend. Just thought you should know, since you asked. It seemed important to you. And you could just see the look of, like, oh shit, I got caught. What do I do now? But what I learned, a couple things I learned from Disneyland is one, I only want to work places where I'm the only gay. I don't need to work with 30 other gays and have that drama. Like, I'm not here to answer your questions or your therapy or tell you how to be a gay or get in between your issues. Two, I never want to work with an ex. Alan was an ex. And then I also learned that if people are being derogatory and saying things, like the best action for me has always been to just be nice, not be offensive, have a conversation with them, allow them their ignorance, and then being able to talk with them and hopefully change their mind or, you know, make them feel better or something. I don't know if it works. I know the world's getting hostile. Or just to walk away and be like, well, that's your issue. You know, I'm out. So if you take anything away from Elder Sean today, that's would be my advice is let people be stupid. I mean, yelling at them isn't certainly going to change them. So just be yourself, be proud of who you are, and happy Pride, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Very excited.